right. Welcome, everybody, to another installment of our Star Wars Out in the Dark game. My name is Will. I will be your storyteller. As always, we are playing a West End Games version of a Star Wars Chronicle. I will warn you that there might be some hiccups as we are trying a different approach to streaming today. And it's been an interesting day, to say the least. But last we left off, our crew had arrived on Bespin and blown off some much needed steam by exploring the market district. Some revelations were made about Silas Winchester and the heroism that he portrayed in front of these two ladies who now own the Gunslinger Saloon. A kind of octopod plant was purchased, as well as some spices. Some weapons were handled, and someone might have tried to fix Edie's voice modulation. I don't remember if that happened or not, as I don't have it in my notes. But the crucible of our game last time was when we got to the starport and noticed that the Jedi was lying dead in his own cockpit with a knife in his stomach, and there was a blood trail heading out of the ship that led all the way back into the captain and Yandro's rooms. And this is where we pick up our story from last time. It's good to see all of your faces again. Welcome back, guys. So, all of you are standing at the foot of this starport. There's no crew working on the ship. There is a dead Jedi in his Aethersprie, and there is a blood trail leading out of the ship. What would you guys like to do first?
Well, how are we split up?
All of you are together. There's no splitting up.
Remember where the Aethersprie was? He had moved it so we were in the same hangar or the same landing pad.
Okay. Because I remember walking off to the Aethersprie on my own while you guys were walking back to the ship.
Because he was with the Jedi.
Yeah, I was gonna bother him.
Yeah. But not a lot of distance has been made. There's maybe 50 feet of distance between where one ship ends and one ship begins.
Okay.
So I'm drawing my gun, and I tell him, I say, be careful, and don't touch anything. I start making my way in. I think did I give you guys, none of you guys have any of the, I gave you guys the blaster rifles, didn't I? The ones that worked? I remember...
I think you did, yeah. I said I didn't really know how to... I mean, I don't have experience using one, but I took one.
No, you didn't give Flid one.
Or you didn't want one. I gave you my knife. I gave you a knife.
Yeah, I got a knife from your fan club, pretty much.
Yeah, that's right, because you got... Katie, didn't you get the Xena, like, disc thing?
The shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shield and the disc, throwing disc.
And then Lucas got the Gladius.
Yeah,
man, I'm really remembering stuff. Okay.
Yeah, good job.
And
Gardner received the Gladius. Doctor received a disc with a glove.
And we all got awesome.
Edie never got his vibroblade. Received a little knife called a Heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what I got. Oh, we also got some blaster ammunition.
Yeah, I got 6 clips of blaster rifle ammo, so I would divvy that up with you guys, so that you guys actually had ammunition. So whoever has a blaster rifle, and yeah, the sweet T-shirts. So I draw the gun and I start slowly making my way in, Will.
Into the ship, the Neverwhere.
Into the ship. Yeah. I'm looking for land. I don't care about the Jedi. I'm looking for Yandro and the captain.
Okay.
And Barnaby.
As you come, excuse me, as you come up the ramp and past the cargo containment area, you see that there's a lot less blood here. It's just kind of spattered, almost like if somebody had been hurt and it was running. It is very familiar given your previous line of work. And as you climb up into the actual second story of the ship, which is where the living quarters are, you see what looks to be a kind of red hand mark on Yandro's door, where it looks like he might have held a wound and then held his hand up to the door to support himself. And you see another kind of small spatter of blood by the captain's quarters itself. Again, it looks like there's not a lot of heavy blood drainage. It just looks like there was a bit of wounding and then an ensuing kind of chase. But off in the corner, frozen in mid-stride, is Barnaby.
Frozen?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It looks like he was about to do something or go somewhere, and he just kind of toppled over.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Who's the first room? It's Yandro.
Yeah.
Is anybody else with me? By the way, did any of you guys come in?
Yeah. Where's everybody?
I feel like I would go to the Jedi first and make sure that he's like dead,
Okay.
and there's nothing that I can do to help, or I would follow you.
Okay. So
Then I would follow you.
So Dr. Shakti goes off to the Aethersprie.
I'm going to the Jedi.
Yeah, you're there.
I follow
Into
the gunplayer.
Okay, so you follow into the Neverwhere. Flick goes into the Neverwhere. Who there?
So I follow the. I'm right behind Gareth. A couple steps behind Gareth, actually.
just in case.
Steps.
Okay.
Just in case.
So,
Yeah.
Who's the first room
That
that we come across? Yandros.
Yandros.
All right. I'll look. I'll kind of peer into Yandros' room.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Let's see. 25. Very nice.
That
As you kind of scan the room, you see a couple of smudges of blood. But you also notice that there looks to be a kind of fistful of cloth near the door. It looks like it might have been ripped in the scuffle. It doesn't look like anything of Yandro's, though, or the captain's.
Okay. I will grab one of my shirts, my extra shirts, and I will pick up the cloth and wrap it.
Okay.
I'm not touching anything. I've seen too much.
Yeah.
SVU.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a search roll. So
Okay.
see if I see anything that stands out.
What are you looking for?
Anything that sticks out of the ordinary that could be useful to us of what might have happened here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a search roll.
Besides the blood.
I'm also searching for Yandro.
8. 8 is not great.
Wait, I also have enhanced senses, advanced hearing, vision. Whenever they make perception or search checks involving vision in low light conditions or hearing, they receive a +2 bonus.
Yeah. It's not low light.
Okay.
Yeah, no, as you look around, you kind of come to the same conclusion as Silas, and you see the same piece of clothing. It's very coarse, roughly made. It does not look like it's something that was fabricated by machine. But then you see him kind of like scoop it up in a shirt and put it away. What is Gardev doing?
I would also like to search around. Actually, I kind of want to find out if anybody's been tampering with the ship.
Okay.
Ordinary.
Go ahead and make a computers roll if you want to go to one of the consoles that's nearby.
Computers.
or even space transport if you really want. No, it's for piloting. Yeah, it would be computers program and repair.
CPU program repair.
Yeah. Ooh, 23. As you start to type in your sequence to bring up the diagnostics on the ship, you notice that the console's dead. And
No.
it takes a moment for it to kick on. And the last time you saw this was when it was in emergency power mode. Something knocked the main power off the ship and forced it into kind of safety mode.
Okay. Can I do a roll to kind of run through what might cause that?
Given your time with ships in general, because your technical is a 4-die, the only time that you've been in a ship that's been forced into kind of backup or safety mode has been whenever there's been an EMP blast, an electromagnetic pulse.
Okay.
Outside on the Aethersprie, Edie is joined by Dr. Shakti as you sit over the open cockpit of this Aethersprie. The outside of this starport has become eerily quiet. There is only the noise of Dr. Shakti coming up to you and the slight breathing that you hear from them. The standard kind of noises of the ships that are on patrol or the soldiers that are on patrol are nowhere to be found out here. But looking down, you can see that there looks to have been some kind of scuffle, and the Jedi looks like he was placed here. How would you two like to proceed? You're muted.
Is the R5 unit activated?
There you go. If you turn to look at it, the R5 looks to be frozen in place. It looks to not have any lights on whatsoever.
Can I try and communicate it?
You try.
Turn
You
it back
extend.
on?
You extend your senses out to it, and it is a blank spot.
Can I do droid programming or droid repair?
It would be droid repair to try and reactivate him. What do you want to do, Katie?
Investigate the Jedi. I mean, is he like dead? I'm not gonna touch him, but without touching him, can I tell that he's for sure dead? Is there anything I can do?
There is. You could roll a first aid if you wanted to.
Okay.
Slap him.
Brandon, as you start to kind of go through the motions of where the astromech droids normally house their power units, you can see that it has been fried. Something physically attacked this droid in its weakest point. It's going to need a whole new service. You could attach it to the ship's power source and let it run tethered. But as far as like a power source for it to continue being mobile, it is going to need a new one.
Our ship or the Aethersprie?
No, your ship. The Aethersprie is also dead in the water.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna.
Right, 9.
I'm gonna start moving that bad boy over then.
Okay. 9 is enough to let you know that it is in fact dead. There's no movement. There's no breathing. And there's an awful lot of there isn't an awful lot of blood. It looks like the knife was not the thing that killed it.
And in my experience, is there anything that can be done to revive someone in this state, from this state?
Mon Cals normally have a kind of hibernation period if it gets a little too cold in their aquatic biosphere, but this is not anywhere near that kind of wheelhouse.
We can't make suggestions, right? Because we're not there, correct? Right?
Not yet. Not as of
Ones that are in
yet.
the ship.
Not as of yet.
Okay.
Can you pinpoint what killed the Jedi?
I mean, yeah, can I? If I do like an investigation or a first aid roll of some kind?
It would be another first aid roll to try and figure out what happened. It's gonna hinder you as well having him stay seated in his cockpit, as you can't really examine the body too thoroughly from where he is.
Okay. Are there gloves or anything nearby that I could put on so that I could reposition him without actually touching him?
You'd have to go back onto the ship, get your med kit.
I tell ED that I can't really tell with that based on his positioning, and I don't know if it's wise for me to touch him with my bare hands to figure out what happened. I'm gonna go get my med kit. Be right back.
If you are going to the ship, can you help me take the droid to the ship?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
So sure enough, between the two of you, you hit the lever that releases the droid from its cradle, and with a heavy crunch, you hear it slide down and onto the pavement beneath you. One of its actuators has sustained damage in the slide, but regardless, it can't move on its own anyway. So it's a slow process carrying it onto the ship. But the three of you on the ship can hear that the two of them are slowly making their way up the ramp.
Okay.
I go lend a hand.
Should we report this so it doesn't look shady?
Should we just
Like
leave?
I'm talking out of character. Like
Let's just go.
yeah,
We're
I
like
should. I don't want to on
Are
Bespin.
we out of character right now?
yeah.
kind of. Not really.
So
You're definitely
Doesn't look good.
Our death is like, hey, everybody's here, right? Let's go.
Let's just dip.
do you? My concern being, there's a dead Jedi that was known to be interacting with us that is now dead, and our ship is now missing. That is just asking for a bounty to be put on our heads.
Yeah, if we disappear, it makes it clear that we're or it looks like we're guilty. I don't think we should just run away.
Also, where are Yandro and the captain? We have not figured that out yet. There's a lot of
Missing
blood.
as well.
Yeah, yes.
He's already wanted.
So, Will, in the room, Yandro wasn't there, right?
No,
It was just that cloth that I found?
Yandro and the captain are both MIA right now.
Okay, well, while we're talking, I go to hit the captain's room and I try to take a look around.
Okay.
Because I didn't go do that to his room.
Sure.
And I look at Edie and I go, I say, Edie, if you please, and I point to Barnaby.
Interesting. Of course.
Yeah.
Can I do a droid of Crown Barnaby?
Yeah. Remember to turn off your chat beeps. Go ahead and give me a perception or investigation roll, Silas, as you go into the captain's quarters.
Okay.
Would
So
you
I
get?
did
I
a,
try
I
and
did a
hook up
search
that-
roll, but it's the same amount. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to just take that.
Okay.
I don't know if that was the rule.
Is there anything in our security and surveillance? You can
Oh,
check
I
guard
can
it?
check that.
Yeah, the search
Yeah.
roll.
So
Nope.
what
Yeah,
am I
the
doing
search
with
roll.
that? What
Yeah.
roll was that?
That's gonna be computer programming repair.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
It's the chat, the background chat beep, right? That that's
Yeah.
the thing we take off.
Yeah,
settings?
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
It's becoming annoying. So you see that as you, Edie, start to sit down and start working on Barnaby, the idea of these two droids being completely dead starts to get your gears turning, and before you realize it, you have kind of destroyed the coupling unit that gives Barnaby power. So it's going to require tools that you don't have at your disposal to repair him. But for Gardef, you notice that there is a period of time where the ship is in full operational mode, and then everything goes white. And there's a chunk of time until you have booted it back up, and you can tell that it's been about 25 minutes of just blank space.
Okay. And is that 25 minutes, is that when I booted the system back up?
Yeah, so it goes white, and then there's a 25-minute kind of skip until you turn everything back on.
Okay, so everything happened about 25 minutes ago, seems like.
Seems like
I
it.
inform everyone around me. I'm like, I think everything around here happened about half an hour ago. Less than half an hour ago.
Yeah.
And it had to do with an electromagnetic pulse, which shut off, or at least this is what I think, an electromagnetic pulse shut off the ship. Is what may have shut off, froze Barnaby in step, and shut off probably the Aethersprie.
Then
So
they could not be far.
True.
I'm going back to the
Do
captain.
No?
I mean, not the
Well, yeah, I was
captain, the
gonna
Jedi.
ask
Sorry.
Okay. So
did I see anything in the captain's quarters, Will?
you look around, and there doesn't look to be anything really amiss here. It kind of looks like the captain and Yandro were afterthoughts. Like they were loose ends that needed to be taken care of.
Interesting.
Sign of the captain. Yandro, huh?
No.
After
What
I'm
did-
done doing that with the computer, can I hook the astromech up to the power source and try and start working?
Oh yeah, easy.
Oh,
That's
thank-
easily enough. You plug them in, and there's a moment where all the lights start to kind of come on one by one, and then it gives you a standard kind of binary greeting.
Gar, I can
And-
talk to the astromech if you can work on Barnaby.
all means. And so I go to look at Barnaby, and I figure out what tools I might need, and I go to my shop and come back.
All right. You are missing a couple of tools to fix what Edie has ruined.
Edie ruined Barnaby.
Okay, is there anything I can do as like just a quick repair for a temporary thing?
Temporarily, no. The fact that he botched trying to fix him has really hindered you trying to get anything out of Barnaby.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I put him in a comfortable position.
He's easily enough to move. You know, he's not
Yeah.
he's not frozen. He's just shut down.
I'll just kind of hold it.
Okay. Pobrecito. What were you gonna say, Jeff?
I'm actually gonna go out and try to see if there's any trail of blood leaving the ship that I can find, or some kind of, because if this was less than 30 minutes ago, I want to try to see if I can find a way to track where they might be heading. Maybe we can catch up to them.
Okay. As you descend from the Neverwhere out into the starport, you see that Dr. Shakti is on top of the Aethersprie, kind of gloves on and preparing to do some work on the Jedi. And as you get to like about maybe 10 feet from the entrance to the actual starport, it looks like the blood just kind of stops. Like there's a hard line in the middle of a puddle where the blood has just kind of been like either cleaned or just kind of stopped.
So they put him in a vehicle. Okay. I will go with the doctor.
Okay. Once you come over once you come over to the Aethersprie, you can see that the Mon Cal is dead. He's got a knife sticking out of his gut.
I want to try to look a bit closer to the knife. I want to see. And I grabbed the second shirt that I have, and I'm not touching anything.
Okay.
I'm like using it to like lean on things.
Super criminal over here, Doug Judy.
Doug Judy. That's weapon.
But yeah, you help Dr. Shakti pull up the Mon Cal Jedi out of the Aethersprie and onto like the top of his ship. And sure enough, you see now as he's kind of splayed out that the knife wound isn't what killed him. Something else was at work here.
Can I do some investigating to figure out what did kill him, or try to at least?
Go ahead and make another first aid roll.
Yeah, I don't have first aid. I can't help you with any of that. Oh, I do have first aid. Actually, I have a focus on first aid. Can I assist her?
Yeah.
It's not a lot, but it's something.
What's a focus?
So my race's ability is that first aid costs me half the points to level it up.
So sure enough, between the two of you, you notice that the knife wound is a red herring, and that he looks like he has just these jagged lines that kind of trace around him in almost, if it wasn't for the fact that he's dead, it would be almost beautiful kind of fractal patterns. But it looks like something just kind of fried him from the inside out.
Is there anything that I can do, like, with the Force to try to, like, feel what that energy could have been? Or, like, what?
there isn't a power that is known to you that can help you in this situation.
I tell the doctor, doctor, when I was observing the captain's quarters and Yandro's, it appeared to me that they were not the primary target for this. Seemed like they were loose ends. Does this kind of pattern? Do you think this is something that, I don't know, ships that were using pulsating electricity and speaking like in robotic voices that were chasing us for the droid that was in our possession could have potentially done this? The trail ended immediately. Leads me to believe that they were put on that Yandro and the captain were put on some kind of a vessel, which is why there's no further trace of the blood.
Yeah, I mean, that is very possible. I mean, it looks like he's been fried, so I can't really think of anything other than electricity that would do that to him. Yeah.
And God did mention that there was an EMP pulse that disabled everything. Everything's pointing to me more towards those ships, and that they were looking for something, and it was whoever did this was looking for something and was willing to kill. And as I recall, those ships were firing upon us to get Edie.
What if it was P3? Like, he left, he could have informed them where we were. Or he could have come back and done it himself. I don't know.
That's very true as well. But what would he want with the captain and Yandro alive?
Because he was taken over by the other species that was on the ship. He wasn't himself when we last saw him.
That's correct. And he probably knew that the captain and Yandro could at least tell them where Edie was. If our theory is correct. I think we may need to inform the authorities before this looks worse for us.
I agree.
I think we should talk it over with the rest of the crew, however. I'm not one to make decisions on behalf of everyone else. I would like everybody's input.
Yep, I agree. A guy like me doesn't do well in prison.
I ask you, I'm like, I mean, the Jedi, would you prefer us to put him back in or leave him sprawled on his current state?
I mean, I think if we move him back, it looks suspicious. I mean, I think we should just be as honest as possible. We wanted to see if we could help in any way or revive him. That's the only reason we moved him. I think we should just leave him how he is.
And Will, the knife. Is there anything special about the knife?
It is not a vibro knife, and it is not a regular knife that you can get in a kind of weapon shop. This looks like it was hand hewn from some fang. There is no trace of manufacturing on this knife. It is all kind of carved and leather strapped, and everything kind of looks like this was very meticulously and very carefully crafted.
I don't want to take it because that looks suspicious. But I want to take it to the guy that just gave us all those free weapons. Yeah, I don't know if I have a camera to take a photo of it.
I mean, that's what Barnaby would have been for.
Yeah, Barnaby's my documentarian.
Yeah, he's your historian.
Yeah, that's right.
Do any of us know a way to take a photo? ED? Maybe?
ED, probably. excuse me, you do know that Flid carries around the data pad.
Yeah, my data pad.
Yes. I'll calm message you, Flid. And ask you to come out with your data pad.
They're
I have
cleaning
a
the kitchen.
holographic recorder.
I'll be there. I'm cleaning the kitchen because I'm nervous with everything that's going on.
Okay.
I'm frantic cleaning the kitchen. I guess I get the comm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get my data pad and briskly run over there.
Yep. So what is Edie doing with the
Astromech?
astromech?
We're gonna have a little conversation.
Okay.
I can only presume that computer mind's gonna be the best way to do that. Seeing that's how I talked to Barnaby.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have to roll for that? Yeah, computer programming, correct?
Yeah.
And then I get a +1 when I do it, right? Or I already have the +1.
I think you already have it installed.
Okay. All right, just making sure. It's
Yeah.
been a while since we played.
Yeah, I know.
28.
Yeah. And your chat beep is still on.
Not mine.
It was.
Nobody else rolled, Brandon.
Mine are turned off.
Somebody's got it. So you plug in and you reach out through your electromagnetic wavelength, and you come into this kind of Tron-like grid of a reality where this astromech lives. And you see it kind of roll up to you in its version of what it believes it looks like.
Does it look buff?
No. Unfortunately, it is not like that Pokemon meme. But you notice that instead of it beeping at you or hooting, you hear a very clear and denoted voice just kind of look over at you. It's like, "Hello, how can I be of service to you?"
We're talking in computer, so I won't do the ED voice.
Oh,
Uh,
what a
hello?
small miracle.
It's canon that we do that. We did that with Barnaby. I'm just trying to keep thick flow.
Yeah, sure.
Hello. My name is ED57. I am a Jedi Padawan. I was hoping you can give me some information on what happened this evening.
I would like nothing more than to help you, Jedi. What would you like me to bring up?
Do you have any holographic recordings of the moment your master was killed?
You see him spin around, and he looks at you with his little ocular thing. He's like, "I did not know that my master was killed. This should make me sad."
It should. Do you remember? Do you have a visual of the last thing you saw before you were knocked out?
Let me bring up my records. And as it says that, you just see this this wall-like image of the world around it, and it shows you when you guys, as a group, were leaving the starport. And you can see that it is a point of view from it perched atop its kind of space on the Aethersprie. And then it is just video of the Jedi kind of walking around and inspecting the ship and fixing what he can. There's a moment where you see Yandro and the captain kind of come out, and the Jedi rushes over to them, and there's this bit of dialogue that you start to hear as the captain starts to question whether or not you're actually a Jedi, and what this means moving forward, given the whole droids aren't people situation, and suddenly there's silence. There's a bit of kind of static noise, almost like the air is electrified, and then there's silence.
Is there a timestamp on that?
It is a time equivalent to about 20 minutes after you left.
So it wouldn't have been when we estimate the body to have happened,
No,
right?
no.
No. Okay.
But you notice that the video kind of starts to swoop around as you imagine the droid has noticed that there's an inconsistency.
Mm-hmm.
But it just kind of like swings around like it's trying to find something, so it'll zoom in and out of places before it comes back as it notices that the Jedi and the Captain and Yandro are separating their ways. They're kind of parting ways. And there's a moment as soon as Yandro and the Captain are kind of up the ramp and the Mon Cal Jedi is back at the Aethersprie, that the vision of this droid starts to go white. And there's a moment where it kind of swings back around to the entrance to the starport, and that's when everything just kind of goes white. Pure white. And then the next thing that it shows you is you kind of walking over to it and switching places with Gardef as you begin your communication with it.
Okay.
Is this favorable to you?
As favorable as it can be. Can you do me another favor, my friend?
Of course.
Are you able to get in contact with the nearest Jedi temple?
My subspace capabilities are not actually attached to me. They are attached to the Aethersprie that I am bound to.
Would you not, with you connected into the ship as you are, would you not be able to do it through our ship?
This ship does not match the defensive or protected channels that we would use to contact the Jedi Academy.
I can attempt to get you back over to the Aethersprie and turn it back on, but you're damaged. Moving wise.
I have learned this. Yes. My diagnostics is showing that I am at 45% capable.
Would you be able to use our ship to try and reach out to another Master Jedi that I believe his name was Master Domin Crow? Would you be able to reach out to him through subspace, or will you still need the encryption?
It would be safer to use the encrypted channels, but I can use the rudimentary abilities of your ship to reach out to him.
I ask if you are willing to do so, if you can attempt that, and I will ask my friend Gardef to begin repairs on you with his tools, and I will assist in any way that I can.
What would you like me to say to this Jedi Domin Crow?
There is assistance required on Bespin.
It is sent.
Thank you. I'm gonna go find Gar.
Okay, so you pull yourself out of this, and you notice that it's almost like no time has actually passed. Maybe a few minutes at most. And you can see that he is barely at the couple steps down, heading towards the lower cargo area.
Gar?
Yes.
Sadly, the astromech wasn't as helpful as I had hoped it would be.
There's a sad beep that comes out of it as he says that.
But he was incredibly helpful nonetheless. Damn it. Would you be able to help me repair him to full capabilities?
Of course. Let me secure Barnaby. I'm going to see what's going on with the other ship and everyone else, and then I'm going to come right back and repair the astromech.
I am skilled in starfighter repair if you require my own assistance. We can be assistance repair buddies.
More hands make less work. Let's go.
Wonderful.
Slowly making friends.
Yeah.
Flit's gonna be the last one.
Flit's gonna be my best friend.
Where is Flid?
They lied.
Lid's about to meet up with Silas with his data pad.
Okay.
So he runs over there.
Yeah. So as you come outside and you see them standing over the dead Mon Cal Jedi, there's a moment where Flid is not do well with dead bodies, does he?
I look at Flit, I'm like, just pretend he's sleeping.
It's
Very deeply.
You sleep with a knife in your chest?
It's
An emotional
decorative
knife.
costume.
Decorative.
Oh.
I would appreciate if you could take a few pictures of that knife at different angles, my friend.
Hand him the data pad.
As he shifts,
Or I could.
as he shifts to kind of lean down to grab the data pad from you, you see that he kind of nudges the body, and the head of this Mon Cal just kind of turns to its side, and it looks dead at you.
Oh.
Its mouth,
It moved, Silas. It moved. It moved.
its mouth is agape. Its
That is-
eyes just kind of glazed over.
Hey, Flid! I put my arm around him and move, like turning him away and walk a little bit with him, just so that we can get out of sight.
Okay.
Yeah.
It moved. I think it talked. I think it talked. It talked to me.
I like
I'm
your idea.
pretty sure it said something.
I like Flid's idea. We're gonna weekend at Bernie's this shit with the Jedi.
Okay.
We're gonna just have them on either side. Put sunglasses on the Mon Calamari. And
Yep.
We'll go through the whole trial.
No one will question that.
Nobody will question that. Right. So, Will, I'm gonna take a bunch of pictures of at angles, different angles of the knife.
Okay. You see as you take your first couple of pictures that the knife appears to be blurry in all of them.
Excuse me?
It looks like it's out of sync with the camera shutter. You've never seen anything like it before.
So, guys, I kind of want to pick it up with the shirt.
That shirt has been so useful.
I have two shirts. No, one shirt has the cloth, and I have a spare shirt because remember it was
I
from
know.
Yandro and the captain.
I know, but you've used this one to already lift him out of the cockpit, and now you're using it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I
I
have
see.
arms, and I've already talked to the doctor.
I watched Space Survivor.
why do I keep-
Yeah.
Shirt is amazing.
Space SVU. Never leave your prints.
So I kind of want to take the knife. Because that's kind of weird. That I call the doctor and Flit over, and I go, "That's quite interesting." And I show him the pictures.
You see that it looks like the pictures that he's taken look like the knife it was taken by somebody that has moved the camera almost like rigorously, like they've been running to try to get this picture, but the rest of the background of the picture looks completely frozen.
Show you.
Silas, you've got a lot of things going for you, but I don't know if your photography skills are one of them.
And I go,
Are you
I
sure
bow
you're
to
using
your
it right?
better abilities. I bow to your better abilities, Doctor, and I hand her the data pad.
Okay. What were you saying, Ike?
I mean, I never cleaned.
No, I was saying the same thing. I was like, I don't know, Silas, are you using it right?
I don't know. Do you want me to
Maybe
turn his
you-
head away? Do you want me to turn his head away so that you will take a proper photo?
Sure, just stand in front of his head.
I just block the face.
Ike.
Just stand there.
Ike, even or odds in your favor?
Oh God.
Never tell me the odds. I'm gonna go with odds, please.
Okay. He steps over in front of the face, and you hear a very soft kind of smush, and it kind of turns your stomach a little bit. But you know, Dr. Shakti has your data pad now.
Oh.
Nope.
I have it. I thought that Flid. I gave it to Flid so that he could take a picture.
Okay.
I'm not.
So yeah. So mid exchange, you hear this sound that just kind of turns your stomach. Do you still want to take the picture?
This is not good. This is not good. Oh man.
Take the damn picture.
I'm gonna take one quick picture. 2, 3.
Okay.
I need more than one picture, Flid.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Again, another one.
Yeah. Same thing. You don't know if it's you nervously like shaking the camera because of the dead body or what it is, but the knife is not in focus.
I'm not taking any more pictures. Here, doctor.
All right,
All right,
screw it.
I'll give it a try. I hold as still as I freaking possibly can.
Okay.
Try to take the picture.
All right. Yeah, even with you kind of holding it as very still as possible and like barely breathing when you push the button to take the picture, the knife just looks out of focus. It is almost like a frame or two behind the shutter.
Have I ever heard of anything like this before? Or
No, this is scientifically remarkable to you. There's no reason a non-living item should be coming out of focus.
what if I put my like hand or something near it without touching it? Can I feel anything? Is there like a temperature difference or an energy difference of any kind?
Make a sense roll.
I don't know you can do that, but I was hoping that my mind powers would get you to do that.
It's telekinesis, Kyle.
I was like,
I don't have fingerprints.
You don't.
I don't.
You don't have fingerprints. That's a good
okay,
revelation
so
to
guess what
make.
You're grabbing. Oh wait, this might work for you, Brandon, since the other ones didn't. The other knives didn't.
Yeah. You see, as you extend your hand out to touch the knife, there is a palpable and very, very metaphysical kind of sense of something pushing against you. And Brandon, you feel the sudden kind of pulse as the force is being used around you. It's not too far away. It's almost, given the fact that you do have a droid computer, it is coming from the direction of the Aethersprie. But you can just feel the slightest little just pulse of force being used. And then there's a counter push all of a sudden that just kind of lashes out coldly. Katie, as you extend your senses out and you try to feel with the force if there's anything there, you feel a cold hand push back against yours. And just the simple one word that kind of cycles through the languages that you know, just no.
So I just want to make sure I understand real quick. Everyone has like a communicator but me.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, can I tap into Lucas Gar's communicator so I can contact them?
Yeah. You can tap into either one of their comm units and talk to them.
Oh, fuck yeah! Can I do that real quick then?
Yeah. Which one of them would you like to tap into? Gar?
I mean, I just want to get a message off to Xylus.
Nah, you can just hit their comm unit.
Then I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna hack through all 5 people's to talk.
I'm
to
just
the
gonna
other person.
contact everybody's comm unit so everyone gets the same message.
Okay. That's gonna be a much more difficult role, but go ahead.
That's that.
You want to
I know I don't do it
why you
often.
wanna-
That's sarcasm. That was a jokey joke.
Oh, I thought you wanted to actually talk to everyone at the same time. I was like, do it.
No.
Stretch yourself as
No.
thin as possible.
No, I'm just gonna go to the one. I'm gonna go to the good doctor.
Okay. Make your roll.
So telecommunication
Let's
is
see if you botch this up.
telecommunication is. Cause that's different than computer mind.
Yeah.
Good silent. We should just report.
You know, you could have just asked me.
That's right.
Yeah, you could have gotten an extra comm unit from Gar.
Yeah.
All right. Good. You didn't botch.
I'll ask for it right after this.
Yeah. But yeah, you see, as all of you are kind of gathered around the Aethersprie, you suddenly hear this kind of popping noise as Dr. Shakti's comm suddenly comes to life in their ear.
Doctor, are you doing something, doctor?
Yes. Okay.
Do you need help, doctor?
I think it was unwise, and I am no longer going to be doing what I was doing.
Is that a no, doctor?
Yeah, that's a no. I think we're okay.
Goodbye. I stopped.
All right. There's another popping noise as the comm unit is released.
Tell Silas
Yeah.
I don't think we should touch the knife.
If you believe that's best, I will oblige with that.
I mean, I'll explain what just happened to me. It's gonna sound a little crazy, but
By all means, I've found out I found out you were a Jedi just hours, a couple hours ago, right? Like hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my level of surprise.
It's crazy anymore.
Also found out there was a tavern named after me. Apparently, there's a lot that's happened in the last 24 hours.
That is the truth. I'm shocked.
did the no that I heard or like understood feel like it came from the same place as the ships who felt like the scary noise that came on the comm?
It's
when we were in our
similar, but it's not the same.
Okay. I mean, it's like the dark side. It's like, bad guys.
If that's how you
He
wanna.
said no.
Yeah, if that's how you wanna compartmentalize that in your head, sure.
Yeah. I don't. If you think it's best, I will not. I don't think Flid. You have any concern with Flid touching it, and I definitely. I will not do so.
I'm not touching it.
We've got capabilities to fight off the darkness, the dark side. I don't know if it's wise for any of us to touch it.
I'm not touching.
Now, doctor, do you get anything off of this? And I grab the other shirt, Will, and I open up the thing and I look at the cloth.
Yep.
And I show it to them. Like I kind of hold it in front of them.
You wanna extend your senses again?
Let's see. Sense, right?
Yep. Okay. Again, as you extend your hand outward and your senses start to expand beyond just hearing and seeing and smelling, you get an image of what this cloth belongs to, or what it belonged to. You see the hands that kind of wove the pattern together. There is a residue of force that has been imbued into this clothing, and you can feel just trace amounts of hatred. The crafting, the tailoring of this was done by someone who had an intense amount of hatred for someone, for something. You can't really piece it together from just this little piece of cloth, but just the overwhelming coldness. You can feel it start to permeate your own thoughts, and there's a moment where your own minuscule kind of thought process of whatever it can latch onto, it does, and there's this instant where you kind of look at Flid and you just hate the fact that he's so afraid of this dead body. Like, you can't understand how someone can't reason with the fact that it's not going to do anything to them. And you start to resent him for his ignorance. Make a control roll for me, please.
Succeed.
It's nothing bad for you. Okay. Brandon, as you finish talking with Dr. Shakti, there's a moment where you feel their presence in the Force, and then you feel this swirl of coldness envelop them. And there's a hint of hatred there that you hadn't noticed before.
Gar, I will be right back.
Gar's outside.
We don't go to the ship?
Oh, I was following Gar.
Yeah, we're going to the ship, the Aethersprie.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then why would you need to use
I thought
their...
we were going. I thought we were. I don't know why I thought we were in engines for some reason. Oh, I'm just an idiot.
Okay.
That worked fine.
Okay.
You know, we're on our way.
So,
We've been
yeah.
on our way.
So we'll retcon the
No, let it happen. Let it happen that he's talking over the comms while standing 10 feet
while
away.
standing. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That fits.
Yes.
That fits better. So yeah, so you see as that whole
Gar,
conversation,
speak to you.
that whole comm unit conversation with Katie's character happened while he was walking to the Aether So all of you kind of heard it anyway. And now you hear him trying to do the same thing with Gar, who's standing 2 feet away from him.
I mean, if I'm there, I'm gonna go put my hand on Katie, on Doctor's shoulder.
Okay.
Before that happens, can I, like, I recognize that this is not my typical feeling.
Mhm.
So can I try to do some like heavy like deep breathing or meditating to like get out of this hatred state?
Sure, sure. So you kind of separate yourself from the group. Do you take the data pad with you, or do you hand it off?
I'm gonna put it down. I don't want to physically interact with anyone, so I'm just gonna put it down on the ground and walk away from it.
Okay. All right. So all of you see Dr. Shakti kind of step away from the group, putting the data pad down next to the body, and climbing down off of the Aethersprie and kind of stepping to the side. Does
So
Edie does Edie still go
grab it.
after them?
Yeah, I'm not the only one that doesn't like dead bodies.
Okay.
I'm gonna close that back up, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put it away.
Okay. So yeah, so you see the all the pictures you've taken of the knife would otherwise be very interesting and very helpful, but it's just not. The knife just seems to be out of sync with whatever camera shutter the datapad has.
I don't know what to do.
I
I don't want to touch it.
So, are we there now?
Yeah, everybody's kind of in the same area.
Okay, I'm just out of curiosity. I'm gonna go over and be like, what's everybody looking at? And looking at the knife, because I come from a world where people kind of make their own from bones and stuff like that. Does it look familiar?
Make an
craft?
make an animal species check if you have it.
Aliens? Beast riding? Can I do
Yeah. I'll let you do that instead then.
beast riding?
Yeah. That's not bad. You've seen a knife like this once before. It was a prized possession that a hunter had that he traded for several mining rights on your home planet. Several tunnels worth of rights. It's one of the few times that something so small has garnered something so great. You notice that
Looks kind of like this one knife that was traded for the mining rights to about 3 mines. So
it's about it was more about like four tunnels worth of mines for this one little knife. And as you remember the story, you kind of start to swirl around the name of this creature that this knife is made from, and then the first thing that comes to mind is not the name of it, but the actual image. And this thing was monstrous. It was bipedal. It was just this stocky kind of hunched over, flat-faced, eyes like nightmares. And then suddenly you remember the name of it is a Rancor.
Yep. God. When he said bipedal and the flat face, I was like, yep.
Okay.
Rancor.
So I let him know. It's like, I think it's a knife made from a Rancor tusk. I'm gonna go look at the computers on this ship. Drop some knowledge.
The good doctor suggested not touching the blade, so I'll just inform the two of you. And I look at Edie and I go, obviously, you can check as well. I know you two have your thing, your abilities.
Oh, yes.
My favorite moment is everyone kind of clenching their a-holes like the second they heard Rancor, and Katie's just like drinking beer, having a good time because she doesn't know.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, because she hasn't seen Star Wars. She's like, oh, sounds nice.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't know.
Hey!
Sounds like
Waffles! Waffles!
I'm really torn between walking over to Katie and just ripping the knife out of the guy's chest.
They're different choices.
Silas.
They're gonna have different consequences.
Silas. Why haven't we reported this yet?
That's an excellent idea, Flit. I think you should go and report this.
I think we should. It's too long. We're here around a dead body, a Jedi dead body. Do we even know where our captain is? Yandro. There's blood. Is there blood on me? I don't even know. Gosh.
Flit,
On your shoe a little bit.
Flit, he's gonna throw up.
No, where? No.
That was a joke. That was a joke. I got you. That was a joke.
I look at Edie and I just nod my head.
Cooking.
I was like,
Cooking.
Oh man. I scratched my bald head. I took off my beanie.
I did agree with you that we should report it. So, by all means, if you would like to report it, I'm still want to look around a little bit and make sure everything's copacetic here.
I just don't make sure nobody touches anything.
That's a little late for that, Flynn. There's been a lot of things that have been touched, but with this hand is shut.
With the second shirt.
Yeah, with the second shirt.
I used the shirt that he gave me to wipe the sweat off my brow. Like the shirt comes in handy.
Yeah.
The shirt's covered in blood.
So I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna head and towards the authorities with this.
Flynn, and I kneel down and I pick up the data pad from the floor. You forgot this.
Oh, thank you. This me.
Yep.
I have.
With my mechanical eyes, does the knife flicker in and out for me?
No.
Okay.
I grab I take the thing out of my shirt and I go, apparently the doctor was slightly perturbed when I showed her this, and I open it up and I put it in Edie's face.
God, I would do that.
great idea.
I don't know. Listen, in character, I don't know that if there's dark side shit. I don't know that you got started hating Flid. I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, look, I showed her this.
First my
and
cooking and now this.
Yeah.
I showed her this, and it pissed her off. You're a Jedi.
Yeah.
Here, look. Why did it piss her off?
Yeah.
I heard you're allergic to lobster. Here, I made you some.
I made you some.
Here's a lot.
Lobster thermidor. As he puts it in front of you, it just looks like a piece of cloth to you, through your ocular cavities.
It's a piece of cloth.
Correction, sir. It is a piece of cloth that I found in Yandro's room that looked like it was ripped off, possibly of the criminals or folks that took it.
This is not a piece of Yandro's clothes.
No. I'm very familiar with Yandro and the captain and their typical attire.
I do not need to know of your personal relationships. You can do what you want behind closed doors.
Oh god.
He's got jokes now.
Yeah, I know. Now suddenly he's Rodney Dangerfield over here.
Funny. He made one friend and now he's opening up.
Yeah.
All it takes is one friend.
I feel humor.
This is what happens.
It's just human emotion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk over to the doctor.
What is the deal with mac and cheese?
What's the deal with clothes? Seriously though, why do you want to wear clothes? You're a robot, and then you used to be a rock.
He has clothes now too.
So wait, I'm holding this up, and you just walk away. You go, it's a piece of cloth, and you walk away.
Walks away.
Okay, I'll close it up again. I go, all right, well, it's a piece of cloth.
Piece of cloth. Okay. You see that the doctor has kind of been off to the side this whole time, and as you get closer, you can hear what is kind of similar to the breathing exercises you remember from the academy. You can tell that they are trying to kind of center themselves to try and find just peace.
I have been told it works better when you sit down, Doctor.
I'm just gonna walk over with the cloth.
I take a deep breath and I nod and sit down.
Trust in the Force and trust in yourself.
Thank you. I don't say that though. It's like I'm, it's clear that I'm taking your advice.
Do you want to talk about what happened? You do
How
not
am
have...
I feeling? Am I still in that crazy state? Am I getting better?
No. It is a distant memory. The second he kind of comes over and tells you to sit down, it is kind of like you don't recognize the Xylus that had those emotions. It's almost like a different version of you that could have been, and that could frighten you even more, or it could relax you however you want. But there is a moment where you kind of realize that isn't you, and that you can't say now that it could never be you because you've seen it, you've experienced it.
Have you ever experienced a different version of yourself, ED?
In a sense, more like what I would akin to a mother banishing a child.
I am still understanding things about myself, and I think that I'm calling on things that are bigger than me, and I don't have all of the skills to deal with it yet.
You are not expected to know how to respond and react to these moments, Doctor. All that is asked of you is to trust in yourself, your friends, and the Force.
Well, in the spirit of trust, I should tell you what I just experienced, and I feel like I also would like to tell the rest of the crew.
Then let us go have this conversation.
Okay. Thank you.
You guys that are still on the Aethersprie or near the Aethersprie, you see that as Edie and Dr. Shakti are having their moment off to the side, you notice that one of the Mon Cal Jedi's feet just kind of shifts, like it falls to the side. Like whereas they had laid him down with his feet kind of pointing straight up, his left one has now kind of dropped to the left hand side.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take a look at that.
Oh.
And I'm gonna grab the shirt and I'm gonna poke him.
That shirt is so versatile.
I'm telling you, it's like my towel. See, instead of the towel from Hitchhikers,
Yeah,
it's
the shirt.
It's the Gunslinger's Tavern shirt.
Yeah, it's a shirt.
Don't forget your Gunslinger shirt.
Anywhere you go, you got to take that shirt with you.
It's a mask.
Yeah,
Hot.
yeah. It's endless how many uses you can use for it. But you see that you kind of poke his foot, and then the other one drops to the right hand side.
Doctor, are you sure he's dead?
I'm pretty sure that he is dead. I'm not sure that he is the only entity that is there in his body.
Because his legs just moved.
Yeah.
You're very cavalier about this. His legs just moved.
Yeah. Like, get immersed with the feeling of hatred for a fellow crew member that I love. So I'm not shocked by that.
Okay, that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
I do think we should take this one step at a time. It somehow feels more pressing that the dead body is moving.
The dead body is 2 steps ahead of us. And I look at Evie and I'm like, joke.
That's how you joke.
Through looking at the computer, do I find anything different information I pulled off of the Neverwhere?
There is a moment where it looks like the Neverwhere was still operational. In the interim, there's like an interim time period between the Aethersprie going down and the Neverwhere going down. Like it wasn't one pulse. Now it's looking like it was 2 pulses. One that targeted the Aethersprie and one that targeted the Neverwhere itself.
Okay, now once I found that out, I'm able to pay attention to other people.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Dead body move.
Yeah.
Point.
And as you're kind of like coming back down off the ramp of the Neverwhere, you see them all kind of like pointing at the dead body and talking about it moving. And then Dr. Shakti is talking about how they suddenly had hatred for one of their crew members. And that's when you see the knife suddenly kind of float up into the air.
I take a step back.
And as it does, you see this tendril of blood kind of flow with it. And you notice that the knife isn't being pulled out. Rather, whatever is inside this Mon Cal is pulling the knife and swinging it around. And you see its chest cavity just kind of burst open. And this monstrous tentacled creature that kind of looks like a very mutated version of the plant that Dr. Shakti was walking around with just kind of creeps up out of the body and onto the floor itself. It looks like it's made up of the vascular system of this Mon Cal. Like the veins and the arteries have just kind of wrapped themselves into these kind of 4 massive tendrils with this central body. And one of them is just wielding the knife like a wild Puerto Rican.
Could I pop off an alien species check with that?
Sure, why not? That seems to be the most important thing to do right now.
Well, I can go into combat, so might as well.
Can I swing my sword at it? Do I do melee?
I'm like, guys, I got this covered. I grab the shirt wheel and I spin it, and I flip it.
Just to whip it. Just
whip it.
Whip the knife away.
No, my weakness.
You've bested me in combat. All right. So let's do what we haven't done in a long time, which is roll initiative,
Whew. Here we go.
and let's see what we got.
I can remember how to roll initiative.
There's a button
There's
for
a
it.
button on the top right.
On the top right.
7 for
Under
Cardiff.
physical description on your character.
I have to roll as well, too.
Yeah. Everybody's there.
Remember, I want to go report to the authorities.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's good that you're missing this one.
I might go first.
I would have had a
I
heart
might go
attack.
first.
I had a heart attack with the leg moving and then all this.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
mind you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Yeah, it's fine.
Can you see?
I can see yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So remember, it works in ascending order. So if you rolled high, it means that you can interrupt anyone that's rolled lower than you. So 12. Okay. So what ends up happening is that we will declare our actions and then handle them in ascending order. So Edie, what would you declare your action to be for this round?
I have 0 weapons, so I'm gonna stick with my alien species idea.
Okay, so you're
See
gonna try
what-
and figure
see if
out
I
what
can
it
figure
is.
out what we're doing, what we're fighting.
All right, Gardef, what would be your action for the round, or actions? Because you would declare everything at the beginning.
You're muted, Lucas.
You're muted. You're
Yeah.
muted.
If I wanted to attack it with my sword,
Yes.
I would melee.
Yes. Melee
Okay,
combat.
but if I wanted to just rush it and try and disarm it and like just swing at it,
That
I'd
would
use
be brawling.
right?
That would be brawling, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try and run at it and grab the knife while it's still kind of assembling itself, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna brawl with it. Edie's gonna try to figure out what to do with it. Dr. Shakti.
I would take my disc and throw it at the
Ooh.
no, it's like try to the tentacle underneath the knife. To
Okay.
try to like break the tentacle off, make it lose its grip.
All right, and then Silas.
So Katie, I actually like that you're, using a weapon and not maybe looking for the dead Jedi's lightsaber since you don't have a weapon. I'm doing alien
We already
species
checked
instead.
for that. We already checked for that
Did you?
last
When did you
time
check
we
for
played.
that?
Last time we played, the lightsaber's gone.
We just saw him in the ship. You didn't check anything. We ended
don't-
with you
why
seeing
don't I
the dead
remember-
body.
No.
But anyway, sorry, I'm not gonna tell you how to play. I'm gonna step back, and I'm gonna draw and take a shot.
Okay.
So wait, I go first.
No,
'Cause I
you.
have that?
Everything. All the actions are declared in order from lowest to highest, and then
Right.
if at any point you wanted to jump in front of somebody, you would then lower your
I could.
initiative. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Uh, So for this,
I would like to go and turn to Lucas so that I don't accidentally hit him if he's running at the thing.
oh, that should have been declared when you did it. So just keep that in mind from now on. So you're gonna shift down to 6 then. It, knowing what you guys are doing for your declarations, will then go on a new initiative as it lashes out first. But Edie, go ahead and make your alien species roll to try and figure out what this is, while I roll my attack roll on Gardef.
18 with a 6.
Ooh. This is something that you've never seen before. However, it is a monstrous amalgam of what you consider to be the same kind of octopod creature that Dr. Xylus has, but just twisted and kind of mutated through the Force. Alright, so Lucas, it lashes out at you with its knife tentacle. Would you like to dodge, knowing that it's going to incur a dice penalty for your action? You're muted, so I don't know if you said yes or no.
Am I still muted?
No, I heard you, and I also saw the dice roll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you see that it's swinging wildly left and right, and you kind of imagine which direction it's actually gonna swing at you, and you kind of juke left, and as you do, you fly right into the tentacle as it just kind of connects with you. Luckily, the knife by itself doesn't do a lot of damage, but the tentacle creature itself has a lot of strength.
I hear a lot of dice rolling.
No, it's fine. You're fine.
Fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
You weren't attached to your arm, were you?
Not at all. So, go ahead and make a strength roll for me. So you can soak this damage that you're about to take.
Mm.
Add another character sheet for another character.
Okay. 11 is great.
For who?
For him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I rolled a 14. So a 0 to 3 means that you are stunned, I believe. Yeah. So we'll just change that on your wound level. Okay. So that brings us now it brings us to Dr. Shakti. Go ahead and make your thrown weapons for this disc. Wow.
Good throw.
Yeah, you hit. Roll your damage. Xena Warrior Princess.
What is damage? I roll damage. I just roll it again?
No, there should be a, where is it? Under weapons. Oh, we never put it in there?
I think you just said what the weapons were, but I don't think we actually put the stats.
What's your skill roll?
Thrown weapons is 4.
Yeah, okay. Four dice. What's your strength? 3? Jesus. Okay. So under weapons, it should have the little short description. If you scroll down, you'll see that there's an attack button and a damage button. So if you just click the damage button, it should. Yep. 18 That's enough to sever one of its tentacles.
Ooh.
Do it, doctor.
And you just see that the disc hits the ground, ricochets off the Aethersprie, and then kind of comes flying back at you. Make a dexterity check to grab it.
Okay.
Or do you want to let it just continue ricocheting?
No, I'll try to grab it.
Okay.
Do I have any deck? Maybe not.
You have
Just
you
in
don't.
general. I'm gonna try to grab it.
Okay. 12 is enough. It only ricocheted twice, so you do grab it in your left hand, I believe it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's a satisfying thud, like a little clapping sound as it kind of contacts the palm of your hand, and you can see the blood that you've kind of cut from this thing is starting to turn black and kind of coagulate. That brings us to Gardef, though, who rushes in. Go ahead and roll your brawling. Oh, the red box means you botched.
Man, Lucas, who'd you pick off, bro? That's like the
Hello.
Damn.
So
Started.
yeah. So you see, as you go rushing in, you swing wildly. You do connect. You do punch it, but the blood that it's kind of spewing out from Dr. Xylus's cut lets you lose your footing, and you kind of fall onto your butt. But go ahead and roll your strength for damage. $11. Okay. Your fist meets the meat of this thing, and you can feel the indentation that you do, but it doesn't seem to kind of show any signs of it suffering from your hit, so you don't know how to feel about it. And then Silas,
All right.
take your shot.
Bold of you to assume he's gonna shoot.
Alright. Since you rolled over heroic, every first roll that you make per session after above heroic gets you either a force point or a character point. Your choice.
Remind me the force point.
Force point doubles your dice pool for an entire round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get another force point.
Okay.
What's heroic?
31 and over.
And
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage now.
yeah, I was gonna say. And it's just because actually this is the first time I rolled damage with the blaster pistol.
Yeah.
So it's just the damage on the stat bar, right?
It should be, yeah.
Okay.
If you have a weapon.
Yeah, it's 4. You have it 4. Yeah, it says blaster pistol.
Yeah, it should have that. It should have a
damage.
damage button there.
Okay.
Okay. Sure enough, you shoot the knife out of its hand, out of its tentacle, and as it is severed from the thing, you see it just kind of lose its shape and its control, and it just kind of drops into what would be the kind of clumped up vascular system of this Mon Cal, and blood just kind of starts to pool out and then immediately start to coagulate. But the knife now sits underneath the Aethersprie. The Mon Cal's open dead body, that husk of a body, sits on top of it. You are no closer to finding Yandro or the captain. And as everyone is starting to catch their breath from this whole situation, Flid comes around the corner with a small cadre of Republic soldiers to see this mess. And this is where we'll pick up the next session. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and joining us tonight. It's good to be back. I missed everyone, and it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. Please remember to wear your masks, keep your distance, wash your hands, and please keep each other safe. And like always, if you find that you are having difficulties or that you're under a lot of stress or that the world just seems to be piling up on top of you, remember that you can always reach out. Try to reach out to your friends and family, and if they are unavailable, please try to reach out to a professional. And there is no shame in getting professional help. We've all dealt with darkness in this time period, and it's taken a toll. And I'm still here, we're still here, and sometimes we'll even try to be in chat if we can, and help out if you really need it, and if we can offer any help to you. But we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Be safe, everyone.